Esteban. I'm part of the Tibetan Costa Rican Cultural Association, and what I do with them is to be able to keep on bringing the Tibetan culture into our language learning program. So this is why I wanted to use this knowledge on Tibetan language and calligraphy and put it into the test, take it to the next level with XR technologies. So what we are aiming right now is to use calligraphy to create like an app that will be helping people to learn the Sangyasumchu, the Tibetan alphabet, in a fun and engaging way. So we are not just limiting this prototype or this uh, small video game and or gamified app just for our Costa Rican association, but also to brought it to different universities, faculties, different people who would like to use it. Like the challenges that we've been finding out is that since we are kind of doing like a really niche thing right now, like going for Tibetan calligraphy, it's really uh, a cultural thing that you have to really get invested into researching and finding the right people to be your advisors. But eventually, what we would like to do is that learning from those lessons and put it to the test to be able to create like a blueprint of something that can be readapt to other cultures and languages and writing systems, right? What you're going to see, it's firstly, as I was mentioning, like a very well designed or culturally sensitive environment, right? Where you will be able to see Tibetan architecture and also the Himalayas as part of the of your scenery of your environment. And once you are there, you are going to be learning the Tibetan alphabet through calligraphy, right? So one of the things that will happen is that you will get a teacher for the first four letters of the Sagyasumchu, which are Ka, Ka. Gang. So you will learn those first. You will learn the history of the Sagyasumchu, and from there you will learn how to practice the calligraphy of these letters. And why do you have to practice it? Because once you get your hand writing that letter, you will be able to connect that memory not just by hearing how the letter is pronounced, but also how you will write it, right? Like in this case, on my left side, well, on my right side, we have Mother Rabbit, who is the cultural sensitive uh, character that we created to teach the first four letters, right? So she will be guiding you on how the strokes have to go. Yeah, the next level, actually, the prototype that I created on Zoe was helpful for me to be able to communicate to the rest of our team who has been working really hard on this for the at least the past 6 months on creating a prototype, uh, you know, to be able to test it out with actual university students, right? Because what we are trying to do here is to create an educational tool, right? That will be able to be a blueprint for any other writing systems and languages around the world. Most of the technology and how we experience it is mostly through Western mindsets, right? So most of the software that we develop are more inclined to promote these main languages around the world, and sometimes cultural minorities or languages or populations even get neglected, from these technologies, right? So that's another big objective that we would like to leverage from now on. That's a really nice question because I have to be honest, I've been struggling a lot with Unity. Uh, it has been a challenge for me for the past few years to be able to have that developer mindset because I'm mostly a designer. My background comes from graphic design and then digital design, and now that I'm getting more focused on XR, I have to be able to use Unity. So, being able to have or being able for you guys to give me the chance to be in this program has led me be more confident using Unity, and being able to learn how the plugin works in a seamless way. I was able to use the Logitech MX Sync stylus into the plugin. And that's what I'm saying about pushing it a little bit further, right? Because you guys don't just have like the plugin for Unity, but also you took it further to implement the Logitech MX stylus, which was really, really helpful for my particular project because it is a calligraphy app, right? I was able to just interchange the prefab that you already have there with a regular pen and then change it with my bamboo pen, my virtual bamboo pen. So it gave me the chance to make the experience more engaging and more immersive, and also make it more, as a prototype, make it more realistic for the developers and for, well, everyone who was working on the project. One thing that I have been, learning is that, first of all, not every, there's still a lot of people who haven't used a VR headset, right? They have this wow factor, but then they start to find that things may kind of get a little bit complicated, like with configuration and all of it, right? So that's one challenge to get them to learn the hardware. So I think by renting out a headset, or making that a small investment into it, or maybe asking someone who has that, or maybe asking your faculty if there's a VR lab, right? So that's the first step, I think. And then the other step would be to uh, dive into software like yours, like the Zoe app plugin, to be able to create things faster, right? Once you have been um, like introduced to VR, the next thing that you will need is an app to try it out on a daily basis, or at least weekly. And then you can share those experiences with your students. And then you can inspire them on using VR to create by themselves, right? There are a lot of different creation tools that you can use, but I think the thing that makes Zoe special is that it is created for educational purposes, right? So in this context, or in this niche, I think Zoe has the advantage.